need to go out there. I want to see and do everything there is to be done. Your ship, she's a beauty. It travels the stars, right? Tell me, what's it like out there? I don't know if that's flattery or curiosity. My name's Amelia Earhart. When I first woke up in this place, in my head, I knew all about my namesake, her life and her accomplishments. But I also knew how to fly a starship, reactor limits, thrust acceleration vectors and everything. In my mind's eye, I can imagine flying out there, touching heaven itself. And yet, cruelly, here I sit. The facility keeps us alive, fed and protected. But they do a terrible job of informing us of anything at all. My guess is the facility thought they might need a pilot one day. Your guess is as good as mine. Funny, some of us have had the same thought about you. Listen, I know you owe me nothing at all, but I would do anything to get off of here. I know the societies want who knows what from you for who knows why, and I don't want to get involved in any politics. I just want, for my single self, a chance to explore. You won't regret it. Thanks. Do you want to talk about anything else? I have a few choice, unchristian thoughts about some of them. But I'm going to stay out of it. Listen, I'd understand you making any decision you have to regarding them. Any at all. I just hope you judge me separate. I don't wish harm on anyone. I just want to explore. No, I don't. I consider myself a most ardent admirer of hers. She feels like family. Distant family. I like to think we both share a kindred spirit of adventure, though. She broke so many barriers in her life. I would love the same opportunity one day. I hope to see you again.
I had hoped you would visit me. Good. Know that you stand before Queen Amanirinas of the Kush, queen of a dead kingdom on a dead world. But I earned my name, and even the sands of time cannot take it from me. In truly ancient times, my land lay south of Egypt, a harsh country. History is enamored of my contemporary Cleopatra, but she would have withered and died had she tried to rule my land. You walk our land a few footsteps and think you know everything. If you don't believe me, know you are not alone. Some clones deride me behind my back. I know this, but I feel in my bones that I am Amanirinas. For true, the great and the terrible, to those who would oppose me. I remember things no one has told me. Memories of faces, betrayers, lovers, allies, and enemies. And the smells, the right scent, and I close my eyes, and I can picture all of it so vividly. It aches my heart, my home, my kingdom. If your mind and heart remain open, you will see the truth of it. Once, I called upon mighty armies. However, on Crucible I still lead. Have you heard of the believers Have you heard of the mission? We are the ones who will take our rightful place in these settled systems to bring in a new, glorious age and break the endless cycles of oppression and greed. So many scoff at the mission. Before we are reborn here, there are words all of us are told. That we are the chosen. We are meant to better ourselves. To learn, grow, and thrive. All of us represent the greatest figures in our history. Who better to lead the settled systems to a new golden age? You are skeptical. My advisors thought the same when Augustus Caesar stood unbeatable at Kush's border. I made war against the mighty Romans. I took their cities and fought them to a draw. No other king or queen can boast of that honor against that famed Roman. And that's just me. Some of the greatest lions of all ages are awaiting rebirth. What are bureaucrats, petty politicians, and lawyers against that? If we could do it ourselves, we would have, years ago. I do not care if you think my plan is insane. But what I want, what we want, is a chance to prove to the facility we are ready. When someone has achieved their potential, the facility is supposed to set us free among the stars. But the machines have been breaking more and more over the years, and no one has ever been deemed worthy. I need your help to properly fix the facility so that we can prove ourselves and claim our birthright. The facility is another place on this very planet. A place we cannot go, as much as we dream of it. That would be most appreciated. But the problem isn't here in Crucible. Otherwise, we would have fixed it long ago. I need you to go to the facility. The robots and what drives them is not here. The facility is where they come from. Somewhere far to the east. None of us can travel there. But you can. Go there, please. And see if the facility can be repaired. Then report back to me.
Non-resident detected. Valid exception acknowledged. This unit is busy.
If you arrived, others will too. Change is coming. I can't wait. I suppose I am what passes for one here. I have my namesake's education, so I am well versed there. But without any books or treatises from other scientists, my knowledge is limited. Some clones received specialized knowledge, like Amelia. She knows how spacecraft works. So interviewing them has been fantastic for learning more advanced scientific principles. But mainly I conduct experiments, rudimentary as they are.
Our destiny calls to us.
Why yes, Ada Lovelace, at your service. My namesake worked with Charles Babbage, and is widely considered the first female programmer. And to see what our little experiments led to, I only wish Mr. Babbage was here. Uncomfortable, truth be told. The believers are undeniably favored by the facility. Their complex receives food and materials first. When blood is spilt, the facility robots often side with them, and always the arguments and fisticuffs. Most of us just want to live in peace. Farewell, outsider.
You're the most exciting thing that's happened, well, ever.
weapons out! They come! And we'll
I realize Genghis is a clone, but look at him. It's as though he stepped directly from the pages of history. Oh, it's incredible.
Hello, woman from the stars. Come to see me. And you're not afraid to get your hands dirty. I guess the world out there is not so different than here. Genghis Khan, a pleasure to meet you. Manners cost me nothing. But make no mistake, I will do whatever it takes to escape this prison. I am pleased that the dangers out here are of no concern to you. You cannot be fully human if you trap yourself behind walls. I would provide fresh meat for my society, so we don't get fat off the robots. Franklin and I see eye to eye on very little, but even he appreciates this. And I always hope to see some means of escape. Perhaps our luck has finally changed. The robots taught me many things any Mongol would know. So, hunting game, even such as this, is little challenge to me. So Franklin told you of us. Oh, that we're clones? Some of us think that makes us special. That the deeds of our namesakes are somehow ours. But that is blind arrogance. We are just people. Same as you. Same as anyone. I never really thought about that. Surprising indeed. But all this talk gets us nowhere. Too many of the others grovel at the feet of the damned robots, trying to play their roles in a broken game. The renegades will not submit, and one day, we will be free. A prison of the mind and the body. Crucible holds out a throne and says, "Obey, and it is yours." But thrones are meant to be taken, not handed to you by a machine. But it is a tantalizing lie that keeps the others in line. I do not know. Everything outside of Crucible is unknown to us. I imagine the settled systems are not so settled that a man who does not shrink from violence can't make a place for himself, though. If Crucible had not hobbled us, we wouldn't. I have died a dozen deaths trying to find a way out of Crucible. You get too far or disobey too much, then death. Crucible holds our lives in its hands. But now, the robots have made a grave mistake. You can go where none of us can. You hold our future in your hands, and all the societies know it. Oh yes, you can go 1 or 2 miles from Crucible, and you drop dead. I have no knowledge of medicine, It's probably poison. It boils my blood to be subjugated like this. But too many of the clones are sheep. As long as their pens are clean and comfortable, they bleat their arguments. Even if you think I deserve this cage, does everyone? If you want your heartstrings tugged, talk to Amelia Earhart. Doesn't she deserve the stars she craves? You know of the facility, yes? Go there and make the machines let us leave. It is not much to ask, and it will set us free.
So, you have heard from the other societies. I must confess I'm very curious what an outsider thought of them, and their positions. You might be the first objectively neutral party we've ever come across. It takes more than a great person to achieve great things. Their traits need to match the circumstances. I fear we would be ill-equipped to do anything except sow chaos. The facility has gathered some of the most obstinate and dangerous personages throughout history. It has told them that they should lead in a golden age via whatever means they see appropriate. Setting us all loose and Parda as a whole would invite disaster. We are barely fit to lead ourselves. A tough but fair question. I must admit the case of Amelia Earhart sometimes keeps me up at night. 'Tis safer if the rule is strict, but if you wanted to make an exception or two, I could live with that. But no one from the other societies. They are all dangerous in their own way. The most likely case is anyone that leaves Crucible would die or silently fail. But if mission is correct, and they do take over the settled systems, in the course of history, it took millennia to cast out petty tyrants. The way ahead lies not looking to the past to literally guide us, but for this generation to learn from us. Terrible and great figures we represent had their time. We made the most of it. We should be at peace with it. Certainly. It is evident that the facility is decaying. It is both unsustainable and unwise for us to fix and maintain the status quo. Our community must be weaned off the machines, learn how to build, grow, and govern ourselves, allowed to raise families so we can pass our lessons to the next generation, and to die when our allotted time is finished. One day we will be worthy of going to the stars. We are just not there yet. Do not listen to passion. Genghis can be very persuasive, but he's a fool. In some sense, we are an abomination. A science project made for unknown ends and with uncertain results. Once we are fully human, fully self-reliant, then we should be allowed to join the settled systems. Yes, and not to be indelicate, not for lack of trying. Are we even human in this state? We have no future, only the past. Please, I beg you, listen, look, and think. Who are these people? And what would they do? I hope, for all our sake, you will come to see the light.
Over here! Hey, we need to talk! Listen, it's not safe to talk here. It's about Roosevelt. There's something you need to know. Thank you. There's a, well, cave just outside town. No chance of us being listened in on. Please, come as quick as you can. Ideally, before you go to the facility.
If we attack unprovoked, we lose all...
I hope so. I'll meet you at the cave.
There's many versions. I think I don't know them. But we tread them. All right.
So, what have we got? Animal, vegetable, or mineral?
You came. I just can't take a chance. These clones, they're psychotic, crazy. If they find out, I'm sorry. I just can't take the chance. How did you know? But you're right. I'm not Wyatt Earp. I wish. God, how I wish I was. I was cloned off a monster. America's first serial killer. H.H. Holmes.
This is unbelievable. Oh, you poor, poor man.
He was a deranged lunatic on old Earth. In the 1890s, he owned a hotel. He'd lure people there in this crazy hotel with all sorts of terrible rooms. But I'm not him. You gotta believe me. It's like a living nightmare. If you go to the facility, I know you'd find out who I am. And if you let any of these bloodthirsty maniacs know, they'd kill me. But no, that wouldn't be the end. Every time my new clone would appear, death, torture, pure hell. I'm afraid it's you or me. I'm going to kill you. I really, really don't. Besides Ada and maybe Amelia. You're the nicest person I've met. But the other clones, they would tear me apart. Don't you see? They're the monsters. I just don't want to be tortured like that. Please, please forgive me. I just don't see a way out. Wyatt Earp was a hero. Maybe I can. I don't want to die. I want to believe you. I do. I'm gonna trust you, okay? Just don't tell anyone. This never happened.
Well, hello, sunshine. There's got to be something useful out here.
Captain, do you require my assistance?
Perhaps something you might be interested in. Let me guess. You missed me and you couldn't stay away. Of course you can, sweetie. I feel so lucky to be with someone like you. I'm loved. You have no idea how wonderful that makes me feel. If it keeps us close, then I'll gladly say those words every time you ask.
I hope Cora doesn't get too much underfoot.
I was just thinking about you. I know that tone. Very well. What is it? Thank you, dearest. You are not so bad yourself. Do you want to hear me say that you make me deliriously happy? Because you do. Then I shall be sure and tell you more often, darling.
We're cleared for liftoff.
Orbital insertion completed. I wonder how many life forms are roaming this planet. Time to find out. It's incredible. Judging from those life forms' nests, I'm certain this facility has been abandoned. wonder if we're the first ones to visit this life form's territory. I will never get used to seeing you do that. Looks like we're in the clear. We'll never know for certain, but this could be where the alien life forms first breached the facility.
That was fun. Now what?
Up and away. And we're back where we belong.
I have something for you when you have a moment. Ah, my day just got a whole lot brighter.
Yep, here you go.
I feel like I'm a better person because of your commitment to gently guide me through life. If it keeps us close, then I'll gladly say those words every time you ask.
Adhere to the mission.
The mission will succeed one day.
Who cares what sick experiment Crucible was designed? We need to escape.
Do not leave Crucible. Warning delivered.
Do not listen to Genghis. He will betray you. We are the ones who believe in the mission. We are the great minds and leaders of history, who can bring about a new golden age. Our numbers are admittedly few, but we make up for it in our commitment to see the dream of Crucible realized. We just want the machines fixed, so we can pass the test and be allowed to leave Crucible and try to make a difference. Roosevelt and the Pragmatists vex us. True, they do help us try and maintain the facility, but they deny the mission. Such hubris. We were sent here for a reason. Why can't they see that? And Genghis and the Renegades are little more than brigands spoiling for a fight. They would destroy everything if it meant they could be unleashed on the galaxy. Clearly, none of them will ever reach their potential. There are robots here, but they are not constructed here. The clones also are not born here. The robots bring fresh clones always from the east. That is where their facility lies. And that's it. I know no more. This could be a mistake. Sending those clones out into the settled systems will leave them open to all sorts of problems.
I suppose only time will tell.
What is this? These papers are fascinating. And frustrating. So many questions I have. But for now, we must find the security override code to open the rest of the facility. There isn't anything like that in Crucible. This I know. This other ship, the Beagle, this must have the key we seek. That is a relief to hear. So we just have to find it. Ada Lovelace stays out of politics, but the science here is too intoxicating. She will help us. If anyone can find this Beagle, it is her.
So we did come from a spaceship. Of course we did. And there's another out there? What was the Beagle? Why did she and the Galathea part? But all of that in time. First, we must find her. She's not in this star system. I would have spotted her. I should be thanking you for delivering such fascinating news. Now, about the Beagle, maybe the radio telescope. Yes, every morning it always defaults to the same position. I always wondered, why point at Bell 5? Petty frustration I've dealt with for years. But perhaps the facility looks for her sister. Yes, it makes sense. I can send you the coordinates. The Bell Star system is not far. The facility communicates via a secure frequency. When you arrive, tune into that.
The Beagle must hold the key.
I'll head to my crew position.
Lifting off now.
And just like that, we're in space. Another jump down. Take that, Dad.
Navigational feedback checks out. We're in the right place.
One instant, the stars are rearranged. We are here.
Look at that. A whole new set of stars.
I had a good feeling about you. We just need a little. 2 units of ship parts will do. You're a lifesaver. Here, take these for your help.
Seals are good, air pressure good, and we're docked.
You need something, dearest?
Captain on deck.
Good day, Captain.
Alert. System failure.
balmy here, wouldn't you say? I hope... And there was a good reason that was locked.
Alert. I have anomalous sensor readings and may files in the area. Warning. Damage registry high. Catastrophic damage.
Might as well take what we can. This is a surprisingly large amount of robot pods for a single vessel.
another one for me.
Systems. Damage.
Find anything useful?
How can I be of service, Captain?
So, where to next?
My day is suddenly much improved. How about that?
Ship's detached. We're clear.
Outsider, this is a man-freelance. Please, we have a dangerous situation developing on Crucible. I could use your assistance immediately.
Please, deadly trouble is brewing. Deal with it, and we can converse at length.
Good. You have come. Genghis Khan knows you have been to the facility. And unless we meet, he has said he will war upon us. I have asked Roosevelt to join our talks. In our last conflict, the pragmatists were useful allies. Hopefully, they will fight with us again. If you control the facility, you control the mission. He has made it clear that unless the renegades are allowed to leave Charybdis, he will fight. Genghis does not negotiate. If you are unwilling to let him leave, there will be blood. But this is worth fighting for. The mission says that only the chosen should be freed, and I think Genghis is the least likely to merit that. Know that we meet under a flag of truce. If any of us violate that, we are outcasts. So no matter the provocation, no battle. Let's go.
Please, deadly trouble is...
I see the outsider is here.
Speak your words, Genghis. But know that I have no fear of battle, for my cause is just.
I know you've been to the facility. I know you have conspired together. Blood does not need to spill today, as long as the outsider promises one thing. Let the renegades go free. I have no idea. I just don't know what's out there. But the renegades will live, fully, and as well as we can. You would?
You can't have this both ways, outsider. I will not compromise on this. If you pledge to give the renegades freedom, then we will fight against both of you.
That is not good enough for me. Franklin, I know we have been at odds.
Over many, many incarnations.
But surely imagining the believers triumphing sets your blood to boil.
Genghis, the mission is pure fiction. Of this we can both agree. Best outcome of any of us leaving in our present state is to fail in obscurity. But if one of us succeeds, it would visit untold misery upon the settled systems. Stranger, can't you see why we're not ready to leave Charybdis yet? As you wish. Amonarinus, the pragmatist, will not fight today.
Coward!
As I was saying, I implore you, if the facility can give us more independence...
No. The mission must be allowed to continue as it is intended.
I sincerely hope you are right about all of this, Amonarinus, because this is our one chance at fixing it.
That went as expected. Are you ready to fight, outsider? Make no mistake. You are their target. They will not rest until you are dead. You may not want their blood, but they most certainly want yours. So let's end this.
Am I hearing things?
They're dead, I think.
There will be blood!
We have triumphed, and you are the reason why. All that is left is to go to the facility and restore the mission. To bring a new glorious age to the galaxy. Many have died from pettier causes than that. Stay safe, my friend.
still haven't recovered from the lost Civil War.
I suppose our Monorinas must be pleased. It's not too late, though, to make the right decision for the facility.
More fighting.
Hopefully, all this death will be worth it in the end.
Oh, that jump looked painful. Not doing that.
Blood runs in the streets again. I had hoped, however naively, that we were past that. I do not hold you responsible, but your arrival was certainly a lethal catalyst. May I help you? I maintain a steadfast neutrality. You must make your own determination. With frightening regularity, as bad as this was, 3 years ago the streets were full. Until Genghis Khan struck. We've a third of our number since that day. Fewer now. I believe your intentions are pure, but the stakes are ever so high. Perhaps I should have predicted all of this. So your mission to the Beagle was a success? Let me see. It is done. There is a standard cipher used by the facility. It took me many years and, well, lifetimes to overcome. And now, the mysteries of the facility await you. I pray you choose what befalls us wisely.
More fighting.